So
That's scary.
yeah, it is. So how'd this assignment go for you?
Um, uh, I don't know. Well, I guess I was kind of plugging away on the individual assignment, and then I realized that there's no answer key to that, right? It's just for the homework.
Wait, there's not an answer key? I thought I looked at one.
So,
Okay, homework there. Maybe I didn't.
right,
No, I did see
right.
a answer key.
For the
Preparation thing?
homework.
Yeah, because I checked my answers with it. Anyway, so
Gotcha. But yeah, I mean, I think I'm getting it. I think I'm getting it.
I had a question on 6. I didn't look at this just now. I did this last night.
Uh-huh.
I got a different score than they did.
For which one?
And I'm not understanding why. So the equation I came up with 1.282 equals x minus 150.8 all divided by 0.8. Is that right?
Wait, say that one again.
1.282 x minus 150.8 0.8 for x.
And then for what question is this?
6D. It's the GRE scores and the speed of hydrogen
Right.
and the standard deviation.
Yeah, I feel like I'm so lost like on how to get this stuff because there's no there's no set of data or something that we can plug into that Excel sheet, right?
Right. So this one, I believe we had to use that formula. The 1.282 is the z-score. The z-score, and I can never remember what mu stands for.
Oh,
Value. The equation that I plug the numbers into is z equals x minus mu
mean over standard
over
deviation.
sigma.
Gotcha.
Right?
Yeah.
OZ, and we know the mean and we know the standard deviation. Something wrong in my calculation, I guess, because I came up with the answer of 162, but they said the answer is 139. So it's okay. I think it's probably just more of a math thing for me.
Well, let me just see real quick if I get the same thing.
And it did seem like the assignment had a lot of just plugging in numbers into that formula. Or and
So yeah, so I got 162 as well.
okay.
But I don't know how'd you get that z-score?
Okay, the 10th percentile. I used the one applet. So let me open up. So some of it you have to use that applet for.
Oh, right.
And so I think what I did, put point, is that right? Or 0.01? 0.01? Is that the 10th? Oh, that's not, I don't know what I did now. The GRE.
Because well, on 6, because that's kind of where I got to, was number 6.
That was
Like I don't even know how to find 6B.
Okay. So I think what I had to do for 65 was find the z-score. So if I did that, I don't have notes. I didn't.
Oh.
So 165.
Right. Sorry. So z-scores is 1.614. Is that what you got?
Well, we got to do 5 minus 150.8 divided by 8.8 to get the z-score, right?
Right.
Later.
And so x is just 165, right? Because it says
Right.
anything above it, but we just put that number, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So that's z, and then
So that gave a z-score of 161. So if we enter that into the applet, 1.614. No, that didn't give me 5.33%. What am I doing now? Oh gosh, now am I confused?
Oh no, yeah. So that's just I think if you have it shaded just above it, which is what you're trying to find, right? So that's 0.0533.
Okay, wait, just I had two sections shaded. That's, I think, one, six,
But maybe we are trying to find the two shading.
No, okay, so we want anything that's above a score of 165. So that's the X,
Yeah.
the value, right? So we do want it
Right.
just shaded above the blue. I mean, above the
Just to the right, right?
Yep.
Okay,
And
no,
so
that
that
makes sense. That
the
makes sense.
area of 0.0533 or 5.33%.
Right.
So I think what I did is I put in my area for 10% would be 0.01, right? So if I change my area, but I'm not getting the same number that I got last night. Why is that?
What do you type in for 10th percentile?
It'd be 0.1, right? Oh yeah, That's what I did wrong. I was doing 0.01, and that would be 1%. Because if it's 10%, we move the decimal 2 places to the left to put it in decimal. Sometimes I just forget to think right. You know? Anyway, so that gives me the z-score of 1.282. So that's the answer to C. And then it's telling us to, so now we have to find what the value is of that actual, you know, that computes back to the z-score. So that's, we have the z-score and we have the mean and the standard deviation. Now we need to find the value. So that's where I plugged in, that's where I got the 1.282. And then I equals x minus 150.8 all divided by 8.8.
Right. Hold up.
So I think either I'm just doing my math wrong or
Leo.
we need to shut the door so he doesn't bark.
Okay, yeah. But that's weird that's not what they have.
You're getting 162.08, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then maybe that's just an error on the homework thing.
Okay.
And then the next problem was just still putting in those numbers again. Sometimes we had the z-score, sometimes we didn't. But I used the applet a lot to do this. And then it kind of sounds to me like the Q plot. Did you mess with that at all?
A little bit, yeah.
So you saw that the second tab on the histogram Excel sheet is that one, and it was just a matter of entering numbers and then saying whether it was normal or not. And I was kind of going over the homework, and that's what it looked like. A lot of that was. So.
Oh, okay. Sweet. That seemed easy enough.
Yeah. If I could just do the normal math right. So, you want to start the quiz?
Yep.
Excellent. Oh, son. All right, where do I have it? Quiz. All right, it looks like we're loaded.
We are? Since when?
Daniel, this is being recorded for my class. Goof. All right, are you ready?
Yeah.
When calculating anything, remember to round to 3 decimals and don't round until your calculation is complete. And do you have the applet pulled up?
Yeah, I think I do.
Okay, so question 3. The total area under a normal distribution curve must equal 1, right?
Yep. Yeah, simple enough.
Well, that was easy.
All right. Under certain circumstances, the normal distribution curve can drop below the x-axis. That's false.
Yes, false. A normal distribution curve is symmetric. True.
Yep. All right. Which of the following elements of the figure represents the z-score? So I believe it would be C, right?
Yes.
All right.
What time do you work?
Cool. I should just try.
Okay, Dad's gonna have to take you. All right, question 7. Which of the following elements of the figure represents the probability that the z-score will be greater than 1? From this figure, what's it asking me?
Oh, I guess it would be. That doesn't make sense.
Because A and B are both like probabilities, right? And is it asking me a probability? Yeah? I don't
Yeah.
get that question.
Which represents the probability? No, that the z-score will be greater than 1.
Oh, if the
z-score
blue
is
area
right?
shaded where B is would be, right? Because we have C says the z-score is 1. So anything greater than 1 would be where B is pointing to. The
Right,
white one.
but wouldn't
right?
Well, I guess that would be the probability that x would be greater than the z-score, or x would be greater than 1, right? Because the z-score is already given, right?
Okay. I don't think we need to worry about X. I think it's just trying to say which figure is going to show us. Because the probability is an area under the figure. And so
Right.
if the z-score is 1 where C, and it's drawing that hash line at the 1 mark. So anything above that is going to have a z-score greater than 1. So it's the area
Right.
that's under the B.
Okay. Okay, no, okay. Sweet. That was my first kind of
So,
thing. So that
okay.
makes sense. Okay, according to the 68, 95, 99.7 rule, what percentage of the data from a bell-shaped distribution will be within 1 standard deviation of the mean? Write your answer as a percentage rather than a proportion. Be 68.
Right.
Okay.
And not a decimal, just the whole number, 68, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Suppose that the z-scores come from a standard normal distribution. Use the applet to answer this question. What portion of the z-scores will be between -1 and 1? Give your answer as a decimal. What proportion of the z-scores will be between -1 and 1? So if we just put the z-score as 1 in our thing, and we select the middle part, right? So that's 68.2 or 68.6827. Is that right? It seems too simple.
Right. Suppose that z-scores come from standard normal distribution. Oh, wait, hold on. So what? So that means where the mean is equal to 0 and the standard deviation is equal to 1.
But it's the same thing as the picture they were showing us above, right? Where it's got it at 1, but it's just this part shaded in the middle, which is the 68%, basically, right?
I think so.
So did you put it in, did you put 1 in the applet and shade the blue part?
Yeah.
And you got 0.6827?
hmm Which
So that's
makes perfect sense because of the rule. So 0.683 then.
6, 8. What was the number? 687 what? 27. Yep, 3. Good. I'm good. Oh, goodness, Christine.
Okay, so suppose that z-scores come from a standard normal distribution. Use the applet to answer this question. What proportion of the z-scores will be between -2 and 2?
Isn't that just going to be 95%?
Yeah,
95.955.
955. Yeah.
That seems really redundant.
Yeah, for real.
Okay, suppose that the z-scores are 3.
Wow. Okay.
It's going to be 99, right?
Yeah. 997, right? Is that what it is?
0.997. Yes.
Sweet. All right. Look carefully at your answers to the last 3 questions. What do you observe? Values match the rule.
Okay. Yay. Okay. The amount of protein that an individual must consume is different for every person. There are solid theoretical ideas that suggest that the protein requirements will be normally distributed in the United States in the population, blah, blah. The protein requirements in terms of the number of grams of good quality protein that must be consumed each day per kilogram per body weight. The population mean protein requirements for adult is 65 grams. And the population standard deviation is, what did my computer do? Okay, it did something funny. So it's telling us the mean is 0.65, right? In grams. And the standard deviation is 0.07, okay? What proportion of the population have a protein requirement that is less than 6.6 grams? Give your answer as a decimal, accurate to 3 decimal places. So here we're using the formula that, right, the z-score formula, is that what we're using, or? So that we can get the proportion. So z is equal to 0.60, that's our k, right? Or I mean our x, minus 0.65, all divided by 0.07. So it's negative 0.714. We put that in the applet. Whoops.
Yeah, negative 0.714.
If we put that in the z-score thing, and what is the question? Now I have to go back to what it was asking me.
Could be less than.
So we want to shade the blue to the left, right?
Yeah.
Left of the negative side. And I got an area of 0.2376.
That's what I got.
So it's 0.238, right? 0.238. Okay. Thanks for thinking through this with me.
Oh, no. Like I'm just saying because I'm literally just at the same speed. So
Okay.
okay, what proportion of the population have a protein requirement that is more Oh, okay.
So we can just
So
shade
go
the
back
other
and
areas, right?
yeah.
And so I got
So
0.76.
0.762.
Yep.
I'm starting to get this. I hope these don't come out as wrong because I'm starting to get it. So
I agree. Okay, what proportion of the population have a protein requirement that is less than 70 grams? So then we have to do it again. And we do 0.7 minus 0.65. No, drive up and get dad. He's just at the neighbor's mowing, and have him take you to work. Sorry.
What's neighbor?
Yes, go with them and you can bring the mower back. Okay, sorry, okay. 0.7 minus 0.65 equals, divided by 0.07 equals 0.714. Is that right? Was that the same number
Yeah.
we just got? No, that's the same. That's right. That's the same number.
Yeah.
How's
What
that
the
the
heck? That's weird.
0.7 minus 0.65 divided by 0.07. 0.0428. Okay, now I got to do the other one. 0.6 minus 0.65. Oh, but is it still asking less than? Well, it's still that it came up with the same number. Is right. Okay, so it has to do with the negative, and it's asking, it's less than 70, so it's the same numbers that are in there, but it's going to be the middle and the left that are shaded now. Because last time it was a negative 0.714. This time it's a positive 0.714.
Oh.
So now the probability is going to be different. It's
Okay.
going to be greater this time because we're at the positive number, right?
Yeah, I didn't even pick that up.
But it does make sense because it's just a 0.05 difference between the two. As I look at the two numbers, one just is negative and one's positive. So the answer to this one's going to be 0.762.
Yeah.
I hope.
Okay. And then find the probability that a randomly selected person will have a protein requirement that is between 0.6 and 0.7.
So
Hint, remember that to find the area between two values, shade to the left of each z-score you calculate, and then subtract the smaller area from the larger.
so we can take those two probabilities we found, the 762, and we're going to subtract the smaller one, which was the less than 60, which was the 2.238. Does that make sense? So this is the less than 60 and the less than 70. Is that right? Did you follow that?
Not really. So what was that again?
So we figured out the area, the percentage for a requirement that's less than 70, 0.7, sorry, 0.7. And that answer was, gave us a percentage of 0.762. Okay, that was question
Right.
15. And then question 13 asks us to find what's less than 60. I mean, 0.6, sorry.
No,
Okay,
I'm following with 60.
so we have those two numbers that we answered there. Okay,
Oh, I see.
and so to
I
find
see.
the ones that are between them, right?
Yeah.
That's what it's asking. And so we subtract the 60 from the 70, and that gives us,
I gotcha. 0.524.
is 0.238 equals 0.524. I got that. Good job. 0.24.
Okay. And then find the 35th percentile for the protein requirement for adults.
So what do we do for this one? Because now my brain's like, wait, what?
Right. I would.
The 30th percentile, we're just going to put that 35 up in the,
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
if we just do 0.35 in the applet, does that give us? There's a snake in your yard. Okay. Okay. We'll get the mower in a little bit. Wait, I'm not sure what what's the 35th? How do we do the 17? Thoughts?
Let's see. Yeah, I'm trying to remember because I feel like we just did it.
Wouldn't the 35th percentile be in the applet? We could put 3, 4.
Right. It's on the area, right?
And so would it be like the red line to the right? Would that put us at a z-score of 0.417? And is that what it's asking us for the z-score?
Yeah, I think that's where I'm confused.
Me too.
Like what the z-score is, because we found like 3 or 4 different ones, right?
Yep.
Well, let's see.
Okay.
The population mean is 0.65,
Okay.
and the population standard deviation is 0.07.
Okay.
Right. So
But we don't know X and we don't know the z-score, right? Well,
right.
if
So one of them has to be 0.35.
Well,
Right.
the percentile has to do with the area under the probability curve. So if we
Could be area.
Point
At least on the
changing that. A z-score.
Yeah, we still need a z-score.
I don't know how to do that one. I'm confused.
Well, let's see. How did we find? Oh. No,
What
remember there was a there was a formula somewhere about if you have the percentile and if you have where was that?
But I think it's just going, it's basically the z-score going backwards, I think is what that other formula was that you're talking about. That, I mean, it put x, solving for x instead of solving for z, right? Okay, we did that one already.
Yeah, I'm going back into the reading because it says calculating percentiles using a normal distribution.
Leo, no. Hey, no barking. You're okay. And so it says, like, to do the 90th percentile, we put 90 up there and it gives us a z-score, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so I feel, okay. So we'll plug in point, what is it, 35th percentile? That's what we're trying to find?
Yeah. And every time I type in the 35th percentile, it only shades to the left, not the middle. And wouldn't I want the...
We're going to want, yeah, the middle and left. So I have, for that, the z-score is 0.385.
Wouldn't it be negative 385 to get the 35th percentile? Excuse me for just a second.
Sure.
No. I'm in the middle of my class. No. No, I've got about 2 more problems to do on the quiz. But she ran into a problem with getting the mower because there's a snake in the yard. Okay. All right. Love you. Goodbye. Sorry, too much going on. Okay, so the 35th percentile, if you think about it, the 50th would be in the middle, right? 90th is going to be somewhere off to the right if we're thinking of this being 100% under the curve. So the 35th percentile would be negative 0.385. So then we know the z-score and we know the mean and the standard deviation. So then we can solve for the other one, correct?
Solve for x, right? Yeah.
Equals x minus, get back to my numbers, and it was the 0.65 for the mean, right? And it's 0.07 for the standard deviation. So, and in the reading, he wrote, sorry.
Oh, you're fine. I have 0.623.
Well, this is where I messed up on that one problem where it had a different answer, and I'm concerned that maybe so we take clear 0.385 negative, and we multiply that by 0.07, which equals, and then we we add 0.65. So you got 0.623. Is that what you got? And I was thinking there was somewhere in there where it gave us another equation and it gave us basically where we were solving for X when we knew Z and the mode and the mean. But I was not seeing that now that I'm looking for it. Okay, so let's just plug in that number and see what we get. I'm good. Try that one.
Okay.
0.6, oops, back 623. We got one more. Find the 80th percentile for the protein of adults. So we go back to the applet. We type in 80 or 0.8. And that gives us a score of positive 842. Calculator again. Clear. 0.842 times 0.07 plus 0.65 equals 0.7089, so it's 0.709. Is that what you got?
Yep.
0.709.
Right.
All right.
All right. Moment of truth.
Did you submit it?
Yeah. All right. 100.
Okay, so I'm guessing that the answer they had on that sheet just is wrong because we followed the same procedure with we doing these.
So for
Alrighty.
the 36, because yeah, that's where I guess I messed up. You kind of just have to see what region it'd be under, right? Because
Yep. Yeah. And I was getting thrown off because I was thinking I needed to have the positive one, but it's going to tell us as soon as we enter in the probability. Sorry, get my hands down. It's going to tell us which number we use. So whatever it shades tells us if we need a negative number or a positive number.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because like, well, if you think about the whole thing,
Oh, I see. It does it
the number line
automatically.
being 100%, if you do 25%, the 25th percentile, what you expect to be the left side of the curve, it's only going to shade that left side. But if you put 90%, just playing with it, it gives you almost the whole thing shaded. And so then that makes sense. So we're going to take whatever z-score is blue, you know, whichever line coordinates with all the blue, the most blue. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, that's a smart graph.
Okay, so now for our group, I will send an email out to that other group that has 5 that meets at noon and see if somebody wants to join us. If that doesn't work, then I think we're just gonna have to join one of the later groups because I don't see anyone else close to us. But this is the best time for me. So hopefully one of them will.
Me too.
All right, so I'll send that email and I'll let you know, okay?
So if none of those 5 are willing to meet at 12:30, then we're gonna have to choose another one. We can't keep meeting, or
I think, well, we could send an email to the teacher to let her know and find out. I think the only problem is the big group project at the end, which I don't know what that entails. And she didn't want to have just 2 for that. So.
Gotcha.
But I don't mind just the 2 of us meeting if it's not going to be a huge problem. But I'll send that email out to the other group first. See, okay?
I gotcha. No, for
sure. Sound good? Thank you,
good,
Taylor.
Christine. Thanks.
All right, we'll see you next week. Bye.
Okay. Okay.